So long story short, we got you onboarded pretty fast. We still have maybe a couple people that are still coming in. You'll get on board fine. And if you see all my deadlines for the first module, it's okay, I'm flexible. I understand that you can't just get a bunch of stuff right away and feel like, you also have to work, for goodness sakes, and teach, for goodness sakes. I understand that. So don't worry if you're not ready, or don't quite have access yet, we'll get you squared away. And if I have to delay a deadline, I'll do that. Okay, so hopefully that puts you all to rest as you come on board. Okay, good. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started with my quick presentation. I'm gonna share this slide deck afterwards, but I'm also going to share the video that's now recording for later on, just in case your colleagues couldn't make it. So let me share my screen. Oh, let me hit the gotcha button, and now I can hit share. Okay, so you should see EDU 390, and I want you to make sure that you keep track of brightspace.ndm.edu. That's your course website. So you probably heard me, hey, make sure you can get access to Brightspace. And then you're like, well, I'm not on yet. I understand. But brightspace.ndm.edu is our course website. It's our learning management system. I'm sure Prince George's County has some sort of learning management system. I know Howard County uses Canvas. I know that other counties use other types of platforms. They might use Google Classroom or something along the lines of that. We use something called Brightspace. It's very similar to Canvas. It's not Canvas, but it's very similar. It even has a little bit of the same feel and design as Canvas, but it's not. So it's brightspace.ndm.edu. Once you get there first, you bookmark it. Now, some people are like, well, I can get on, I can go to the site, but I can't log in. What's my password? You have to understand is, although I'm a technology professor, I'm not associated with IT. So please don't get mad at me about that. I have no way of getting passwords or doing anything along the lines of that. I can give you suggestions. I can suggest, hey, contact the help desk. They could probably help you or do this or do that. So you have to understand is that I could probably get you in the right direction, but I may not always have the answer for you. But I'll try and put you in the right direction. Okay. Ask for you just to do this, just so you can practice chatting in the Zoom box. If you could just go to chat, it's the little in Zoom, and just click on and just enter your name. So unless you're driving, if you're driving, don't you dare do that. But if you are able to access the Zoom chat box, just go ahead and click on it and just enter your name real quick. Also, if you have a question, mine might be behind here. Why is my... Now Alexa's getting confused in the background. It may be actually behind here. Let me see. Where are you? Huh. I don't know where my chat box went. Okay, let me try again. Here, you know what? I can open it right now. There we are. Okay, so I have everybody's name coming in. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you have a question and you're nervous about unmuting yourself or by all means, you can answer a question. I promise I'll answer it. I may just have to wait a little bit. So let me go back to sharing my screen. Slideshow and share my screen. Okay, so first thing, I'm very happy to have you here. Excited to have you aboard. I appreciate it. Again, I found out 8 days ago, but I'm still excited and stoked that we have so many people, especially Prince George's County inside of a cohort. I love teaching cohorts because you all become almost like a big family. And I hope that you'll continue to develop that kind of like learning network. So my name is Ryan Schaaf. You can call me Professor Schaaf or Mr. Schaaf or Ryan. I don't care. Let's see. So I was a third grade teacher in Howard County for many years before I came into higher education. So I'm associate professor of educational technology. So I'm all about integrating technology into the classroom when it comes to effective integration. I'm the author of many books on education and educational technology. I'm a husband. I've been with my wife for almost 20 years, and I'm the father of two boys. I have Connor, who's 15, and Ben is 9. My wife is right now outside trunk or treating in the school parking lot. So you all were able to get me out of trunk or treating. So thank you very much. So course texts, there's 2 of them. Now, before you say, hey, how dare you torture me with 2 books, I will say this. These are books that, number one, I picked them because they're probably the most cost effective. A lot of times you'll order books online for courses in college, and they are, you almost have to sell blood to try and afford them. These 2 books are relatively, I never want to say something's cheap, but they are cheaper than a lot of competitors out there. They're also extremely useful, as in I would take this. In fact, I still use the Teacher's Guide to Tech 2022 and 2021. I've been such a fan of them. I started at 2018. They constantly every year update this book. And it's awesome because it's basically a book filled with hundreds and hundreds of digital tools to consider using in the classroom. Some of them are great websites. Some of them are tools that you might be used to, like Google Docs or Google Classroom. Some of them might be like Canva. Other ones might be things you've never heard of. They are great resources. I give you the option of picking 2021 is usually on a discount of like 15 bucks. 2022, I think, is 25 right now. Both of them are well worth their money. I have no preference. You can get either one. It's fine with me. The main book is Educational Technology for Teachers. Now, these books are both digital. You can download them. You can print them. They have a rather relaxed license, as in they allow you to print out for yourselves. So if you need to have the paper in front of you to read it, you can print it out. But I will say that both books are pretty big. So if you can deal with a digital book, I suggest keeping that. If you have to print it out, that's fine. Just don't kill me with your printing bill, I promise. I apologize, but it keeps the cost down to where 2 books are probably about the price of half of what you would get. I used to use a book for this course that was about 125 bucks. This saves you about half. And I know for the tech, the Teacher's Guide to Tech 2022 is a book that you'll use for many years from now. Even when they come out with 2023, 2024, the book will still be useful, trust me. I still can go back to the 2018 one and still find useful tools in there to use. So those are the 2 course texts. I did find out with your grant that you have to purchase it first, and then you get reimbursed. So please keep your receipts. I don't know the procedure or the process for that. I'm not one of your advisors. I'm just your instructor. So just please be aware of that. But I know that, coming from a person that has to save their receipts for everything, save your receipts. Man, I tell you what, it's not liking me trying to open up my chat box right now. I will get to the chat if you have a question. So for EDU 300, the course you're in right now, you are going to be learning this in an asynchronous fashion. That is that either on Sunday nights or Monday mornings, I'm going to send you an announcement that's going to say, this is what you're going to do for the week, from pretty much from A to Z. I take you through the learning progression. I've developed this to be asynchronous to where you can, I can almost turn a key and have it teach you absolutely everything. However, you do need constant feedback and advice, and that's what I'm here for. So the model that we're using is asynchronous. Now, I also know that there's also a need for personal touch, especially after a massive pandemic in which we were kind of all isolated with technology. I've created 3 sessions, including tonight, where we can come together. You can ask questions, you can get advice, you can collaborate with others. We can have experiences, and I can just answer your questions. So tonight is one of those. There'll be another one in November and one closer to the end. So and I also am going to use the same Zoom link over and over again, so it makes it easy. So this way you can just keep the helpful links, you know, close by. Some group norms, please just, you know, please be present in the course. Just because it's asynchronous doesn't mean like you can, oh, I'm just going to log in once a week and do an hour's worth of work and then I'm done. It's not quite like that. You have to be present. You have to stay on top of things when it comes to the dates and due dates and what's required and the readings and watching the videos. You do have to have a little bit of, I will say a little bit of persistence. You do have to have a little bit of discipline to get through it, but I do kind of create a nice sequential list of things that you have to do. Again, I take you through A to Z for each module. I've also created the syllabus, which I'll show you in a few minutes, that really outlines everything that you have to do. Okay. So just also just please make sure now that you have your Notre Dame account, or most of you have access to it, try and check it daily. If you still don't have access to your Notre Dame email accounts, again, you'll have to work through the help desk. I have no control over doing that. I kind of kept on just bombarding your Prince George's County email addresses as much as possible. I can't even guarantee I got everybody. But I did try and send all of my messages and my announcements through that, but I still was getting things bouncing back to me. So Notre Dame has a policy where they require you to use their email addresses for school business. If you email me with your Prince George's County email, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm not going to, I'm not going to just not answer it or be rude. I will hit the reply button. I will answer you. However, I am going to require you to start checking your Notre Dame email at least daily. The reason being is my email, all of our email accounts are connected to Brightspace, the course website. I can just hit email once and it has a record of everything and it sends it out and I know that you've gotten it. So, and again, it's also School of Education policy. Again, I told you how you could contact me or even how to address me. You can call me Ryan, Mr. Schaaf, Professor Schaaf, whatever you would like is fine with me. I try to be as respectful. I teach in a class of mutual respect, so I will offer you as much respect as I can. Let's see. Okay. Along with checking your email, also log into Brightspace as often as you can. I suggest at least daily. Let's see. I'll show you how to participate in the course discussions in a little bit. Okay. So our goals tonight, I'm just going to show you the syllabus and the kind of briefly touch on the assignments. I'm going to show you Brightspace and kind of take you through a little walkthrough about how to use Brightspace and talk about Anthology Portfolio. Professor Madeline Ball probably contacted you and sent you a access code in a document to access Anthology Portfolio. She, I think, just did it yesterday or maybe even this morning. She emailed me back this afternoon and said she was all finished. So she was able to give you access. The nice thing about Prince George's County and this grant that we're kind of collaborating on is that typically students have to pay for this account. You don't have to. It's taken care of through the grant. So I'll talk about Anthology Portfolio in a few. Okay. So let me start off with a Brightspace walkthrough, as in I'll take you to the course website right now. Any questions while I get it up on the screen? You can unmute yourself and ask away.
Just probably my.
Who's that? I'm sorry. It's you're breaking up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me better?
Yeah,
or should I just type it
no,
in?
you're doing it. Nope, you're coming through loud and clear now. Go ahead.
Okay. My question is going to be more concerning the assessment.
Okay.
And what we'll be doing. Actually, I'm reading through it, but it's still not making a whole lot of sense.
Okay, are you talking about the first assignments?
Yes.
Okay, let me walk you through the Brightspace. It may put it together. What you might be doing is you don't know how to navigate Brightspace, and you're like, well, what the heck am I doing? I'm following directions, but this is unclear. Let me walk you through it, and I bet you'll have a better idea of how to navigate through it. And but then if you still have a question, I'll let you ask away. Okay. Okay, so
Okay.
Brightspace. So I've logged into Brightspace. Now, a lot of you are like, well, it's I can't remember my password on how to get into Brightspace. Unfortunately, I don't have access to give them to you. Anytime you need to get Brightspace, I suggest you write it down and keep it someplace safe, because what I'll do is I'll end up just sending it to the help desk because I don't have access to passwords. But I do suggest once you get to Brightspace that you kind of bookmark the page. It makes life easier. You don't have to remember it. And again, in my system, I just hit, bookmarks, add bookmark. Where is it? Goodness. I can just hit the bookmark here and just add it. In my Mac, I can actually just drag this out and save the link. You'll get here to a page. It's kind of like a little dashboard area. You are EDU 300.90. So to get in, you just click on this and it'll enter the classroom. So you click on the tile and it'll take you to this classroom right here. Okay. Now you can go tile by tile if you want to. I don't really like that. I like going to content. And what it does is it gives me a table of contents. I think this makes life easier going this way, because then I know exactly where I'm at and where I'm going. So the first module is called a welcome module. It's basically just kind of giving you what's the name of the course, what's the textbook's name, and also if you need access to a digital copy of the syllabus, you can go here. All right. Next, I'm going to talk about the chalk and wire, or what they call anthology portfolio. I know that some of you are like, well, these are new technology systems. I have no idea what I'm doing. So what I've done is I've created online tutorials that take you through creating a new anthology portfolio account. So I have a set of written directions here. And if you're, so if you open it up, it takes you to a Google Doc that has all of these instructions. Nice thing is you all don't have to pay because of your grant. So that's cool. Takes you through step-by-step instructions. Do this, do this, do this, click on this, check this, hit return, all this other stuff. I also like images in my directions too. It helps me to make sure I'm on the right track. Now, I'm gonna go back here for a second and show you that if you're the type of person that prefers video, I've created it's just shy of 10 minutes. It's a 10-minute video that takes you through the entire process of creating a new anthology portfolio. So Professor Ball sent you an anthology portfolio access code. It's just a one-page Microsoft Word document that had like a little code on it. That code provides you access to build your new portfolio. You're going to use this throughout your academic journey here at Notre Dame. You don't submit every single assignment using Anthology, but you do quite a bit. In my course, you submit all the major assessments. So I'll talk and I'll show you in the syllabus how you can kind of keep track of where do I put what do I do, where do I go. I promise you'll see a clear progression as you go. So Module 1, if you've logged in, you see that Module 1 is the last module you can see. Well, you can see here that I have your entire course built already. I even have like preparations for the assessment, for the final assessment here too. But you're going to go into Module 1, and this is like the first week of instruction. And it's Nathania, right? Nathania? Did I get it right? Close?
Nathania.
Say it one more time. You came in and out. What was that?
Nathania.
Nathania. Okay. So Nathania, here's probably the best reason of why I put you into click on the content menu up here. Is it because it takes you through the progression of, okay, where do I start? Where do I end? So Module 1 plan is the entire set of directions of what you do for the entire module. So module 1, it was your assignment for this week, and it's okay if it takes a little bit longer. I get it. We just started, feels like we just started the course because of just the registration time it took to register and stuff. But if you go through here, it tells you absolutely everything to do. It takes you through everything to do. So I start with an overview. I read the objective. I have to watch a presentation. I have to do my readings. I have to do an activity, and I have to do assignment number 1. Okay, so this is the module 1 plan. Takes you through step by step, and you can go back and forth by using those breadcrumbs. I'll show you in a minute. Go down this content list and you'll have a clear understanding of exactly what you're doing. First one is a video. This video is my little micro lecture. It's like a 10 to 15 minute video. It's going to take you through everything when it comes to a complete introduction to all the module 1. So technology standards, information that you're going to need, etc. I'm going to use the breadcrumbs again to go back to module 1 and show you what to do next. Now, I apologize for my nasally voice. This is what God gave me. Okay, it's nasty. But if you get tired of hearing my voice and you'd rather just read for a little bit instead, I've also created transcripts for all my videos. So if you take a look, you'll see also that I have all these transcripts here too. Everything that I say is in here and it's right down below. Now, you will also see that I'm going to give you certain technology standards. We all start with standards. And again, this is going to be addressed in the video. I'm rushing through it because I know that you're going to go back and you're going to do the work. In fact, I'm going to take this one out. Hit the delete button. These are old links. These are the ones that you want right here, the ISTE standards for students and educators. Good stuff. Now, if you come down, you'll also see that there's the first assignment right here. It even tells you what to do. During the course, you will complete the self-assessment chart twice to act as a pre-course and a post-course measurement tool. Where you're like, well, what do I do? You actually click on these. These are links, and it'll take you into the main page of what to do. You download this document here. I think I already have this opened up. Let me just make sure. Here it is. Okay, so I downloaded this document. What you're going to do is I do a pre-course and a post-course self-assessment. So you're assessing yourself. There's no consequence of this. This is so that you can measure your own growth over the course, over my course. Okay. So in here, if you feel like something is a strength, you're going to put the letter S. Like, I feel like I'm really good at staying current with research. I feel like I could do an S. What you would do is you'd come in here and you put the letter S. If you feel like you're neither a expert or you feel like, well, I don't feel like it's a personal need, you'll leave it blank like I left right here. If you feel like something's a personal or professional need, something you need to improve upon, you'll put the letter N. So you're going to do this whole entire first column. You're going to go in and do your letters, the S's, the blanks, the N's, whatever you're going to do, all the way till the end. It's not a very long chart. You're going to save it, file save as. And this is going to go into Brightspace right here. I don't have a little place for you to drag and drop here because I'm the instructor, but you do. You probably have a place. Lauren, you had a question?
Yes, when I went to go do the assessment, I had a formatting issue in mine. I tried to assign it as best I could, but at the bottom of the first page, I think it was one of the sections is missing. I've got like the first line of number 5 and then the rest of it is missing. So I kind of put like a question mark on it.
It may have gotten cut off in just the going from page 1 to 2. Sometimes that happens. Okay.
The rest of it wasn't on page 2. It went to the next section.
Okay. No biggie. Just can't think. Sometimes I'd shrink it and it works, but if not, it's okay. Just try your best.
Okay.
And or if you have to, you can always just take a look at a trying to think of what I could do. Because that's the first time I heard of something getting cut off. One issue. I'll think about it. Just Lauren, best piece of advice I can give is just fill out what you can. I totally understand. If you see something, just respond to what you can do. If something's missing, I'll let you know what it is at some other time. So
Okay, I've already submitted it, so
Yeah.
if you just want to take a look at it and see.
not a problem. But thank you. Vanessa?
Yes, I had submitted the assignment like on Monday, but when I go to Brightspace, it says like submit. It doesn't show the work that I did, but I got an email back at my NDM account, the Outlook, and it says this email is to confirm your submission to the assignment. Activity 1 is submitted, but I don't see it in. Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see it on your screen, but I can't see it on mine. I don't know. It doesn't. It shows like, I don't know. It doesn't show my file. Does it go away?
It may go away. It might become a link. Unfortunately, I don't. It's hard to tell you because I don't always do it. I'm not like a student. I don't see the student view, but it probably shows up as a link or something like that. If not, you're going to get it back. So don't worry.
Okay, so if we get a confirmation email, we can rest assured that it basically went through.
Yes, and I'm just verifying right now. You also probably can see it up in the grades section. If you go to tools and grades, you probably will see that you submitted something.
Okay. Yes.
No problem. So, Demarius, sorry.
Hi, Professor Shah. Nice to meet you, and thank you for teaching us this class. And my question is related to the assessment as well. I just wanted to ask if because I wasn't able to edit my page. So is there a way to edit it, or we can just like print it out and maybe do it manually and then like just submit it as a document?
Sure.
Is
I mean,
that
that'd be fine too. If you want to print it out and you want to handwrite it, that's fine with me. For the chart, that's fine with me. I have no problem.
Okay. Because I have an old computer. I don't know if it's my like my computer. We haven't gotten our other computers that we're going to use for the class yet. So I don't know if it has to do with my technology or just the way that it was set up. I don't know, but I just couldn't get to edit the page.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
Mary, you had a question?
Yes. Hi, Professor Ryan.
Hello.
I'm confused. Well, I'm used to Canvas, and I'm confused is when you submit for your discussion question, and you can you go over to how do you respond and then cut and paste and then switch over to, please go over that.
I'm going over that next. Yep. I'm constantly going. I'm going down the module 1. So that was my next section. So after you submit this and you upload this, you can see that I actually get a list of everything that gets turned in. So I'm going to use my breadcrumbs and go back to module 1. And then that's the very next stop, Mary, is I'm going to go down to the discussion board. So you'll see assignment 1 right here is discussion topic. To enter it, I click on it. And at the very top, I'll see a prompt. I'll see what I'm responding to. What you want to do is, and you can see some people have already done this. And Mary, I see that you've done this. So you've gotten the first.
I got that. It's the response with the 2.
Ready? Here you go. Ready? These become links. You click on them. And then you go down, you read through it, and you hit the reply to thread. Do you see it, Mary?
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah, so all you have to do is you go into the discussions. When you see somebody's name, it actually becomes like an active link that you can actually go and visit and read through. And then you can hit the reply button and it'll work. So it's just you hit almost the same executable button. If I wanted to let's see, like Marilyn's right here is technology funding. If I want to reply to hers, I click on her link, I read what she wrote, I hit the reply to thread, and it's going to pop open a box for me to type in.
Okay, and then I hit post, right?
And then I hit post. I'm not going to actually hit it because it's blank right now, but if after I do my post, I hit post and it'll show up there.
Okay.
Okay.
So then how do we then cut and paste and then transfer it to chalk and wire?
Good question. That's my
That's
next
what
one. You're just, I said you should take over. You ready? I can retire for the night.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Module 1. So I'm going back. The very last document. You notice that I'm putting this all in order of when you have to deal with it. At the very bottom, there's this online discussion board template. It's basically, here, I think I've already downloaded it, so you don't have to worry about actually dealing with soon. Here we are. Okay. So this is a Word document. What I could do is I could do this two ways, Mary. Either I could type this, I could type my original response in here first and then paste it in, or I could go the other way. I could first type it into Brightspace. I can copy and then paste it right in here. So I can go here. I will go right to your online discussion. Let's pretend I am Mary right now. Go to Mary's discussion. And I'm going to go to edit copy. I'm going to go to my other. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. I'm going to go to my discussion board template. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit edit paste. And what's going to show up is that. There's your discussion. Now, you'll notice that there's more blocks down here. Remember how I asked you to hit reply to 2 of your colleagues? What you're going to do is then you're going to reply. You're going to also put in your submissions for your colleagues. Back to topic. So let's say, for instance, okay, so I am, let's actually say I'm Meyerly. I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, well, this is what I responded to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, what was the original post? And I'm going to paste what I replied to. I'll explain what I mean a little bit better when I get to this document, okay? So let's pretend now that student number 1 has done the person has done the answer. So I'm going to I'm going to put in here the content that I need to. And what I'll do is when I hit I replied, I'm going to put my reply right down there. And I'm going to do it for my other student too. So what you're doing is you're pasting in here what the other student wrote, and you're pasting below what you wrote. So this way I can kind of see what other people are, what you're responding to. I can see it in here. So you're basically doing a lot of copying and pasting in here. Yes, Mary?
Okay. Oh, I don't know why that little hand is still there.
No worries. Now, I'm going to hit the save button. So then I save this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you in for the last 15 minutes or so. I'm going to take you and talk about anthology. Because as you know, assignment number 1 and the big assignments use the portfolio. Okay.
I know, but how do we then post this to chalk and wire? Because chalk and wire is where you grade it, right?
Correct. Anthology is chalk and wire.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So if you ever hear me call it anthology or chalk and wire, it's the same tool.
Okay.
Okay. So what you're going to do is after you're done, after you do all of your work, you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm finished. I'm ready to submit it to chalk and wire. What you're going to do is you are going to set up your account, which is the directions are all on Brightspace for you how to do it. you're going to go to, I think it's work is the title. I can't do that because I am a administrator in here. So let me just show you what it's going to look like when you follow directions and set up your account. You're going to scroll down to EDU 300 on here on the left. Right here. You're going to click on your online discussion. You're going to put the document in here, and then you're going to hit the submit button to me. Then I'm going to get it, and I'm going to grade it, and I'm going to put the points up not only here, but also in Brightspace so you can see it.
So we have to cut and paste again.
No, actually, you just have to upload the document.
Okay, upload.
Yep.
Okay, upload.
This accepts documents. Now you're like, okay, well, that's a lot of progression. What are you talking about? Go do the tutorial. Trust me, it'll walk you through everything. In fact, when you're ready to submit your when you're ready to submit assignment number 1, just have that tutorial ready for you, and you can just build your portfolio as you go. And this way, you can even test it with some hands-on by turning in assignment number 1. Vanessa, your hand goes up.
Yes. I looked at the tutorial and it said that most of the students have to have 2 portfolios. I know the first one was like the general one, but what's the other one for us educators?
Internships and methods. The second one's called NDMU SOE, internships and methods. Eventually, you'll do something that's along the lines of having internships, and then you'll also be taking more methods classes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Not a problem. And as you go in there, it'll have you just build a second one. In my course, you just need general coursework. That's the only portfolio table of contents you'll need.
Thanks.
Not a problem. So I have about 10 minutes or so left. What I want to do is open up to any other questions. Mary, your hand's still up, or is that just?
No, it's one more. Is this how the way we're going to use it throughout the whole 2 years? It's Brightspace Chalk and Work, the anthology. Yep. So this is for every professor, and how the way they're going to grade their work. Okay.
Yep. So like anthology, and so anthologies are massive. So just short answer, yes. It's but not every, so if you see, I have some small activities that aren't graded inside of anthology. Reason being is they're small, they're important, they'll help you with completing your next big assignment, but they're not going to be inside of anthology.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
No problem. At this point, I'm also giving you any other questions. Are there any other questions about this? So every Sunday night / Monday, you'll get your announcements of what to do for the week. And it'll take you through step by step, A to Z, and what to do. If you have any questions, I'm going to create a little help form. So this way, if you all need to ask questions and get answers, you can. I'll talk about where that'll be on our next announcement, which will be this weekend. So what you're going to do, so I'm just going to hit stop sharing here. So what you're going to do is you're going to complete module 1. Okay. You're going to set up your anthology portfolio. And what I mean by you're going to complete module 1, that means everything. So you're going to do your readings, you're going to do your activity, do your assessment. Said my screen is black. Is it still? Oh, that was 30 minutes ago. Never mind. It may have just clicked on and off. Sorry. You're going to complete all the tasks that it mentions to. I suggest always just going right by what my email or what my announcements say, because it really does try to take you A to Z. I've taught this course so many times to know exactly what you need and what to prepare. So this way you'll clearly understand what my expectations are. Any other questions?
I did have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed that when we're under Brightspace, there is a link up there that we can directly email anybody at NDMU. I was wondering from that location, are we able to check our email as well? So I set up the portfolio, which is chalk and wire. I have my email address and all of that, but I don't quite know where to check my email at. I was hoping it would be on our Brightspace, the icons that was up top.
So that most likely is not going to take you to it's probably not going to take you to Outlook 365 or the email client. The best place to go is to the student portal. I'll put the link inside of the chat. I've also sent it. It was one of the links that I sent inside of the announcement for module 1 is the student portal. So it's let me get it up here real quick. Student.
Okay.
Now I will say this student portal is the main one for campus. It doesn't have anthology on it because anthology is really like a school of education specific one. So here's the portal for here's the one for the portal. That's the best one for self-service where you pay your bill or whatever. I don't know exactly what you're finding, what they do for the grant and what you have to do. I have no idea. That's up to your advisors. But there's Brightspace, the link to Brightspace if you have to do password reset. And here there's also, let me share my screen again real quick and show you what I see on the portal. There we go.
Okay.
So here's the student portal, portal.ndm.edu. If you go here, you'll see a link for Brightspace. You scroll down, you'll see Student 365 portal. This is the portal to your email account.
Okay.
For anthology, it's again, that's a school of education specific tool, so it's not going to be in the main Notre Dame archive. I suggest once you go to Chalk and Wire for the first time, you just bookmark it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions? I did record this. I am going to share the recording after we're done. It'll take me, I'll probably have it up by tomorrow.
I just had one more question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind. No.
Thank you. So I mentioned before, my computer is quite old, and when I try to do the 365 Office, the download, it did not allow me to do it in that my type of laptop. I was wondering, I do have an Office in that computer, but it's an old version. I don't know if we're going to be using it anytime soon before we get our new technology from Prince George's. So I don't know. I don't know what like if I can use what I have now, or would I need to like buy a new one?
I don't know. So I mean, one of the requirements for working in the courses, you should have Microsoft Office. I don't know what you have access to in Prince George's County. I have no idea. It's usually a prerequisite they have a device. I don't know what the grant calls for. I have no idea. But you will need to have.
They were going to provide us with a laptop for us to use, but until now they haven't yet. It hasn't come around yet.
You could reach out to whoever again, I don't know if there's somebody you can contact in Prince George's. I have no idea. I don't know if you could borrow one at school. I have no idea. I'm just the instructor.
Okay, but we are going to need the 365. That's what you're saying, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, so for some of my assignments, you can use Google Docs, but again, if it's older, I don't know if Google Docs are going to. I mean, do you have success using Google Docs with your older computer?
Yeah, it has worked. Yeah.
And I would just go that route because Google Docs will open up most Microsoft Word documents and PowerPoints and stuff, but there might be some translation issues. Like the formatting might be a little off. So I mean, you can, that's one workaround, but I don't know what, if Prince George's maybe could lend you one, I have no idea. But if
Okay.
I have no problem if you use Google Docs and download it and then send it to me, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Uh-huh.
thank you so much.
No problem. All right. Anything else before I let you have back the rest of your night? Okay. Well, thank you very much for, it's great to meet you all. I'm looking forward to having a great semester. If there's any questions, I've been trying to get to you, been trying to answer them almost on the day. I will say that next week I will be out of town, but I should be around email pretty much. So if I'm delayed a day, just be patient because I might be in the airport. So if not, then I'm going to give you back the rest of your day. Be safe for the weekend. Happy to help you all out, and I look forward to your academic journey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very helpful.
Yep. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Have a good evening. Bye.
Thank you. Take care.
I did have one more question since you were still on. It was just a brief question. Is that okay to ask?
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. So you just said you answered my question about email and how quickly you'll try to do a turnaround. I think one thing I'm a little nervous about is been 19 years since I've been in school. And so I think I'm overthinking this thing. And so in regards to certain assignments, if we do have like questions just to make sure we're on target, I guess when should we expect, like if we submit something to you, when should we expect to get a reply to know like, oh, you're not hitting the mark since, we have to have that 3.0, or is that something that we should be emailing you just to make sure that we're hitting your expectation and definitely getting that 3.0 or higher?
You're going to get feedback for all of your major assessments and assignments. It'll show up in Brightspace as you see it. So it's up there. If there's an assignment that you're not successful on, we can work through it. I can submit it back to you and say, this wasn't quite what we talked about, or this wasn't quite what was expected. Can you just read in, I'm very, we call it flexible rigor. We want you to do well, but we understand that people typically don't get it the first time. They'll get it the next time. So we'll do a work.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. It sounds good. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Have a good night.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. You do the same. Bye-bye.
See you.